came in, dodged the claws, and he was just smacking that nigga around the whole underground. I just know bro wasn't defending himself because he loved the pain. I can't exactly prove it, but I just know, just trust me, he's a freak. So we pick up this episode with Rudo and I'm running towards the exit, and as they find it, Gris tells the rest of the supporters except Follow to escape and call for backup. Gris says that he'll check up on Zanka, but we then hear footsteps in the distance. They think it's Zanka. It was indeed not Zanka. This nigga had dreads and melanin on him, looking like King Von incarnate in this bitch, bro. He saw Rudo, and that nigga wasted no time at all. Latched onto the wall behind them like a damn spider, and I was like, oh, nah, y'all might not be going home today. He destroyed and blocked off the exit. Oh, shit, no one is definitely going home today. He then apologizes, saying that he ain't mean to give him so much time because he got lost. Bro must got that Zoro misdirection disease or some shit. Gris tries to press him, but he just ignores bro and was talking to Rudo. Oh nah, Gris, personally, if that was me, I'd make them see me with them skull-crushing hands of yours, bro. He then says to Rudo that someone wants to talk to him, started gripping his oxygen mask too, saying that he ain't gotta wear one because they ain't in a polluted zone with trash beasts. Rudo asks him where Zanka is, but he's like, hey bro, don't even worry about him, dog. He ain't dead, but I did poison him real bad. And we see Zanka laid out. Zanka, get up! What if Engine saw this shit, huh? Shit would be bad looks. But he tells Rudo to come with him quietly as the rings on his fingers start to transform into these claws. Shit looks straight out of Jungle Fury, no cap. Gris and Follow are quick to double team this guy, but he dodges and hits a split kick on their ass. Gris gets back up quickly to shield Rudo, saying that he'll protect his team and their worth at all costs. The Dreadhead then goes on dissing all the supporters, calling them weaklings, and Rudo tries to tell him to move so he can run his ones, but the Dreadhead already stabbed him. What? He was trying to be all cute and shit. He was like, Pinky, promise you won't get upset, alright? But I think he's already dead. Like, get your ass on with that shit. Rudo getting that PTSD flashback reminded him of when Regto got stabbed. And as it looks like he caught Gris's talisman, we then get hit with a flashback to when Regto walked in on young Rudo, bashing his head against the wall and stopping him. Oh my goodness. We see that Rudo pretty much feels angry all the time, but he's unaware of the reason or can't really explain it for a lack of better term. So Regto decides to pretty much help Rudo find things that he enjoys. They low-key run into no luck though. Like, he tried to turn Rudo into a bookworm, no luck. He tried to turn Rudo into the #1 striker, no luck. I mean, he was hugging the ball like young Kaiser, so I still have hope, but it was no luck. Tried to make him the next Gordon Ramsay in this bitch, and he cut the food and the cutting board in half. What type of strength does this little nigga have? But of course, there was no luck there either. But he then sees this one guy throwing out trash, and Rudo went to grab the trash, and he started bawling his eyes out, being that even though it was a little broken, it was thrown out instead of being fixed, thus starting his love for trash and scraps. We then cut back to the present with Rudo holding the talisman, and it transforms into this cool ass looking Pokemon thing, revealing that Rudo's ability is actually to bring out the full potential of broken items. And I'm not gonna lie, this shit was so cool. So cool, it had the Dreadhead drooling over it. Rudo thanks Gris for being the one to help him remember his core and what he truly wants to do. Rudo points at the Dreadhead, said that he was gonna get his ass, and look at the look in his face right now. He is not playing no games with his YN. The Dreadhead's name is Jabber, and he is on that timing with Rudo. Ran straight to him and landed no hits on bro. So he's like, you pussy or some? I thought you said you wanted to run your ones. Tried to land another hit on Rudo, and to no avail. Rudo weaved that shit. Tries to get a combo in on Rudo, but bro was parrying his attacks effortlessly. The Pokemon ass talisman was acting like a damn stand. I mean, I don't know, I haven't watched JoJo's or none, but I'm pretty sure that's what it looks like to me. Rudo then says that Gris said that he prayed to the talisman for everyone to come back safely after this mission, and with this idea, pretty much made the ultimate defensive ability out of it, to say the least. Jabber thinks both his and Rudo's attacks aren't hitting each other, but that's when Rudo hits him with a wave of reality, saying that he was the only one attacking and Rudo has just been weaving without moving a muscle, and that shit ticked off Jabber. He came charging and did a whole acrobatic flip for the extra aura points just for the talisman to make him lose his balance in the air. And as he dropped right in front of Rudo, he got the meanest right hook to the jaw, but Jabber low-key ate that shit, I'm not gonna lie. Was starting to think that he had a metal plate in his jaw like John. Rudo just posted up. He knows he got this shit in the bag, bro. Has so much confidence. I actually love this. And Jabber ain't even pressed. He's just more excited. Dashed at this nigga, got his ankle snatch, and took a right hook to the gut. And this nigga is smiling. Yeah, close enough. Welcome back, Shido Ryusei. Glad to have you. Jabber then starts smashing the pillars around them, sending the debris Rudo's way. He tried to blend in with the debris to sneak Rudo like he ain't many shades darker than it. But the talisman was on this nigga's ass to set Rudo up to smack this nigga to the ground. He then does this routine again just to get gut checked. This nigga must love pain on a whole nother level to practically walk into these hooks of Rudo's. Got his ass with a mink. This was not a fight, bro. Rudo was quite literally beating down on this nigga. So after Rudo sent Jabber to the wall, looking like he was out of commission, Jabber was just laughing and smiling, bro. He was just used as a ragdoll. Why are we smiling about this shit? But we see that this guy is actually perceptive, and notice that Rudo's ability doesn't work on things that don't have hostile intent. He then introduces his vital instrument named Mankira, and that his right claw has neurotoxins, and he just stabs himself, and he is laughing while doing it too. Ref, get this nigga out of here. And Rudo, get your ass out of there, bro. At the end of the day, a crazy nigga with no life or purpose or anything to lose is gonna win by default. But we see that he found a loophole in Rudo's ability, and his plan is to knock himself out and run around mindlessly like a wild animal so Rudo's ability won't detect him as a threat and ultimately will be ineffective against him. So Jabber hits the track runner position and a battle call before charging at Rudo like a whole Beyblade. Rudo manages to get out of the way though, but tries to distance himself from Gris and Follow before they get diced up like a hibachi chef in the crossfire. But Jabber is quick to get one on Rudo. He tries to use the talisman, but it doesn't work, being that Jabber doesn't have hostile intent. But Rudo still manages to hang on, grabbing his wrist and throwing him aside. I'm telling you, Rudo's strength as a jit is low-key unmatched. Had bro flipping and all, but Jabber gets back up and he starts screaming out of control. He gets back up trying to slash Rudo, but Rudo still manages to weave all his attacks. He's low-key moving, even without the power buff. Jabber starts jumping all over the debris like a damn gymnast, trying to get Rudo, and I'm not gonna lie, he almost sent Rudo back to the sphere if it wasn't for Zanka coming in clutch with his VI. By the way, it's vital instrument, I'm just calling it VI. He low-key talking all tough for someone who can barely keep himself on his own 2 feet. But you know what? I can respect it. But he tells Rudo to tag him in because he is trying to get his get back. So they pretty much have a catch up with each other type of moment, and we actually see that Zanka's been pulled up to the function, but was just studying Rudo's movements, being that he is his instructor and all. And man, I just know you're just capping out of your ass, bro. We all know you couldn't move until now, for real. Nigga was moving like your rage with the cane. I can't exactly prove it, but just trust me, nigga, I know he was capping. Besides that though, he knows that Rudo can't use his weapon on the offense, and Jabber pretty much immobilized him, so his plan is to strike Rudo. The plan is to trigger Rudo's weapon to activate and move Zanka to where he needs to be. And so, the Gachiakuta jumpings have begun. Zanka tries to strike Rudo, and just as he thought, the talisman moved him in front of Jabber, and he just smacked the absolute shit out of him. Rudo low-key pissed, being that Zanka had the intention to hurt him just now, but hey, if it works, it works. Jabber charges in and Zanka gets moved to smack this nigga to the ground. Had him flat on his face too. He wasn't done though. Came in, dodged the claws, and he was just smacking that nigga around the whole underground. I just know bro wasn't defending himself because he loved the pain. I can't exactly prove it, but I just know, just trust me, he's a freak. Smacked him around so much it brought him back to consciousness. Oh nah, before smacking this guy to the ground for the final time. So we see that Zanka's pretty much at his limit, and Rudo deactivates his powers, and we see that the talisman actually starts to disintegrate and turn into dust. But that's when he starts tweaking and falls on his face, revealing that Jabber actually managed to stab him. We see Jabber stab himself and he's okay somehow. He then reveals that in small doses his left claw can make the pain go away. He's built some immunity to his poison in his right claw, so it only works for 10 minutes or so on him, but for someone like Zanka, it'll be about 30. But bro stabs him again, you know, just for the fun of it. These niggas really do not care about life in the slightest. He then walks up to Rudo. Look at that smile. He finna do bro like Carvel did that one nigga from Snowfall. But he picks him up and tries to escape to complete his mission. But he sees that he's already reached outside and he's confused, being that they were just in some big ass building before. Turned to his left, saw my goat Rio. We already know this shit was her doing for real. He then gets checked by Engine, sending him to the wall, and we see that the whole gang came through for our niggas. We see this big brolic bait ass nigga wearing a straw hat. Bro wanna be Luffy so bad. We see this nigga with a scar, and I do want to say, with all jokes aside, manga readers, I've caught up to the manga, so we're gonna be hush hush about that one guy with the scar for now. So we see that Tomei actually came in clutch and managed to call them in time, and Engine tells her to take a few people to save the rest from the underground. Jabber getting all excited about how strong they're all looking while he's looking like he's down for the count. And bro talking about some careful or y'all gonna get me rock? Like what? Hey yo? Even these niggas see how weird this YN is. Rio says that Rudo looks in better shape than she'd thought. But the nigga with the scar says, bro, he looks like he's ready to leave this earth. What do you mean? So Engine gets the pressing Jabber, but Jabber says that he'd love to run, but he can't go back without completing his mission by bringing Rudo back with him. But right when he was about to scrap with the big dogs, this jit holds him back by saying that their time is up and that the boss had a big smile on his face, calming Jabber down to listen to reason. Good looks though, cause bro would have got absolutely pieced up by them, I'm not gonna lie. But he notices that Rudo's gloves is from the same series as an item that their boss has, but without saying too much, he leaves. We then cut to Rudo running to Gris, and he is apologizing for essentially destroying his talisman, but Gris is just glad that it was able to help him out against his fight with Jabber, giving him props. But with that, the episode ends right here. So we gotta wait until next week to see more Gachiakuta. Not me though, cause I read the manga. If y'all did enjoy this video though, then please leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and comment down below your thoughts on the episode and if I should continue the series altogether. Be sure to also go follow the socials like the Instagram and the Twitter, and be sure to join the Discord to be a part of the community. All links are in the description down below. And without further ado, I hope you guys have a great day, and see ya.